Hello. So, yeah, in bed, and I want to talk about I'm sick for a little bit because I was just taking a bath and the water was hot, and I get sick when I stay in warm water for a while. I was in there about 15 to 20 minutes, and so here's the thing around me. Okay, I get very nervous. I don't want to do things. Very, very much so. That being said, I have to get myself psyched up to actually go to like very simple things, like go take a shower, take a bath, or do anything, even to relax. I hold on to being tense, and I don't want to stop being tense. So yeah. So a couple of things about me right now. I have a tooth infection still. I haven't really been selectively going and brushing the back tooth area, the molar, on all four parts of my inside of my mouth, and it's facing directly inward, and it's going toward the nerve, which he was saying if he operates on it, the oral surgeon was saying this, if he operates on it, and the nerve is not handled with care, if the tooth is not taken out right, I can lose the ability to feel on my lips, which is my lips being numb. And if you've ever gone to the dentist and that's happened, yeah, it's like that, but permanent or for a long time. Yeah. But I've got that issue, and it's going to it's making sounds like very so the way I'm talking right now, if somebody was talking to me like that, I would not be okay with it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to change my tone. But yeah. So since my nervous system is all hyped up from me purposely making myself energetic, which I am not energetic unless I make myself be energetic. Because I've literally sat in my bed and been on the computer for like a month, and I try to get off, and it took hours of me deciding to get off to actually do it. And I had to find something slightly comfortable enough to come out, but also something slightly uncomfortable. Yeah. But the thing with the bath is that if you stay in warm water for a while, I started feeling nauseous on this side, my left side, in my stomach area, and that kind of spread out to my hands. Yeah. so I would be telling this to a doctor, but they require me to do paperwork first, and I keep losing the paperwork. I have to go find it, and then like we could just go there tomorrow. Honestly, I just tried to record this. Yeah, anyway. Hi. I'm exhausted. Just getting out of being nauseous, so yeah. I just need to say something. Talking has such a huge effect on a person's well-being. The input audio that we hear, as well as something the way our parents act, really affects what is happening to the patients. So if I go to the doctor's office and y'all are nipping at me to do something like that, I am not going to be well or healthy. That being said, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just feeling all my frustrations out now. Talking about this helps me relieve tension, as well as help me not take this out on people around me. So I usually try to find a quiet place in the car to to go and talk about things with God, like meditate and pray in the car or in my room. I shut the door all by myself because I need that. Yeah. I can't make this look good at all. I need to sleep. Okay. So what happens is I get a crush on a guy. And, I like him and I want to understand him and I want to know what he's doing at all times. So, that being said, I will stay up late at night trying to think of everything he might be doing. And then I will imagine doing things that are not good when I have a crush on somebody. So, I know it's not good, so I'm trying to not go there. But not going there makes me want to, which is negotiating. And so, that being said, I don't really get sleep sometimes, as well as I also if I'm like actually with you in a relationship, everyone everywhere expects me to lift up their spirits, constantly, and I'm not trying to make that something that is a bad thing, but like that's something for a guy to do, not a woman. So the fact that I have to do that constantly makes it inevitably not going to turn out well in the end, because when I try to do something, it does not turn out the way I want it to all the time. I can do things that turn out well, but I have issues, just like we all do, and you know, like right now, sitting like this, I feel stabbing up here. But anyway, I'm just getting back into talking all about my body, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna read the Bible because, honest to God, I'm reading this right now. Also, it's kind of petrifying reading the Bible. So this is Psalms. There's other things I want to talk about, but it's not necessarily, I would categorize it as scientific research. Book 1, Psalms 1. The righteous and the wicked contrasted. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scoffers. Thus I have failed, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither, and whatever he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the day of judgment. So this just says, therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. I think PER is a medical term. There's like paraben, paraffin. I don't really know what that word is. The reign of the Lord's anointed. Psalm 2. Why are the nations in an uproar, and the peoples devising a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stand, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us tear their feathers apart and cast away their cords from us. Exclamation point. He who sits in the heavens laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then he will speak to them in his anger and terrify them in his fury, saying, but as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will surely tell of the decree of the Lord. He said to me, "You are my son." God, say it again. "You are my son. Today I've begotten you. Ask of me, and I will surely give the nations as your inheritance, and the very ends of the earth as your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall shatter them like earthenware." What is earthenware? So David lived before Jesus. He was one of Jesus's ancestors, and Joseph came from David through David's line. And David was the son of Jesse, and they have the listing of everyone who was part of the line of David, and that would also be the line of Jesus. Because here's something I've learned. So Jesus is me. When I say the things he says. So I embody what he does by mimicking it. So, yeah. Honestly, I do this just to learn from my parents, just to learn from when I'm where have I been? Oh. When I see anyone at all, I look at them and I try to understand them by mimicking what they do, and it's kind of scary. But I do that because I've got a little bit of an insecurity with understanding who I am and what voice is actually mine, because I lost the ability to speak at all. So yeah. Okay. So verse 7. It's like, "I will surely tell of the decree of the Lord. He said to me, You are my son. Today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will surely give you nations as your inheritance, and the very ends of the earth. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall shatter them like earthenware. Now therefore, O kings, show discernment. Take warning, O judges of the earth. Oh, worship the Lord with reverence." So this commandment that was formed is a conviction of his heart. the person writing this. From my understanding, it's David writing this. I lost it. Now therefore, O kings, show discernment, take warning, O judges of the earth, worship the Lord with reverence. So, revere, rents, like reverse. Spelled similarly, it's reverence. Not S, that's C. C-E. Yeah. So, I think how I understand that is, it's worshiping God with, reversing my behavior, reversing what I want to do, like, so, like, Jonah, he was sent by God to go to the city of Nineveh and look for go to the city of Nineveh and give them the message that God had given to him, to tell them to reverse their behavior. The VeggieTales version shows them as slapping fish. Slapping each other with fish. I don't know why. They have a reason. I don't know why. But, they're slapping each other with fish or something like that. Okay, it was probably more realistic in a sense that it applies to, okay, how do things go chaotic in a household? I don't really want to get into that necessarily. Okay, someone can pick up a spoon. Dad or mom or a brother or sister could have a memory of something traumatizing happening with a spoon, so they go and try to save you from hurting yourself in the same way with the spoon. And so they go to the person and they try to take away the privilege of you using the spoon. So they will, like, sometimes this person will do everything they can to get the spoon away from you, but other times it's just they'll suddenly realize that it's not, some people will say it's not worth it, but they'll suddenly realize that if they're going to be able to use the spoon later, they need to not harm it by letting it be. That's very important, to let things go sometimes, because honest to God, the other person needs a spoon too sometimes. Okay. What are we talking about, spoons? Do homage to the Son, that he not become angry and you perish in the way. Now therefore, O kings, show discernment, take warning, O judges of the earth. Worship the Lord with reverence, and rejoice with trembling. Do homage to the Son, that he not become angry and you perish in the way. Isn't homogenistic word or homogenize? It looks like home, but female home, so homa. But it's age. It's hom age. Hom. To the Son, that he may not become angry and you perish in the way. In the way. So, the Bible will talk about before someone can enter heaven, they have to be wearing a white robe, and it has to be clean. So, to go into heaven, it is entering. So, perish in the way. So, I think in this verse, he is trying to reflect back to entering heaven. He doesn't want me to go and come to the gate of heaven and not be able to go in because I die there, and it's like I'm not standing anymore. So it's not about the word in necessarily, it's about the story around it, and the story is revealed just by the one word being put there. Okay, so for his wrath we soon be kindled. How blessed are all who take refuge in him. So this is one of the verses that David starts talking about how he loves taking refuge in God. And he's recognizing how blessed are all who take refuge. Refuge. That sounds French. In him. How? Where did the word how come from? How blessed. How blessed are all who. So one thing Jesus said, and I've been constantly going back to this and thinking about this, is this verse where Jesus is going down to see John the Baptist, and he's gonna go under the water and come up out of the water, and dove's gonna descend on him, and he knows he has to do this, and John thinks it's weird. But there are the Pharisees who they come to the top of the mountain. And for some reason, I have this image in my head. Okay, the Pharisees are at the top of the mountain. And Jesus is down below. And he's looking up at them. And there's like a straight path to them. But there's people on the mountain looking at John. And the sun is 12 o'clock. Well, not exactly 12 o'clock. And then the Pharisees are up here, and they all have like angry eyebrows, and they're looking down at Jesus. They're not actually looking at him. They're looking where they're going. And then some of them are looking down. They're not all looking where they're going. That's the problem. And Jesus is looking up. Oh, okay. They come to find out how they can utilize this new information or something. I don't know. I have to read it. But Jesus looks up at them and he shouts at them, "You brood of vipers, who told you to flee from the wrath to come." And he probably said it nicer than that. But he says, "Who told you to flee from the wrath to come?" So it's who. And I was thinking about that earlier, for certain reasons. And told you. I was saying who told you to flee. So fleeing is like running and jumping away from the problem and the issue. But there's this bug called a flea. Just so happens to be called a flea. And the fleas like to come on to your skin, and they like to jump on and bite down and cause like this very small stinging sensation. And so what they do, I think why they're called fleas, is that they'll go and they'll bite you and then they'll jump off very quickly when I just like move my hand across, because they're afraid of the movement, the shadow. Sometimes I don't even know what they're afraid of. I just do that and just like boom. Yeah, they try to look for food after that. They're constantly looking for food and other things. But yeah, they will jump off and they'll flee. That's beside the point. What they're doing, what they're jumping away from, is biting me. And biting and causing a stinging sensation. So, yeah. What am I doing anyway? Ah! Okay, how blessed are they who take refuge in him. So not taking refuge in myself, and my parents in a box in the floor, taking refuge in anything about me, taking refuge, because honest God, things that apply to me apply to everything else. That's how I understand the world. Yeah. But I don't like to be in my own world a lot. It's pretty boring and my head starts hurting. I don't know how to deal with problems. And I need somebody to talk to who's not myself. I can't lift myself up. No matter how hard I try, I can't do it. So I remember times my mom's been happy. I remember being at church and singing, and there's the pastor at the church I grew up at. He had this really deep, loud voice that you know, there's so many people who have issue with the way they sing, and he seemed to be a little uncomfortable about that, but he was still doing it, and he was still singing his heart out, even if it didn't sound right. He's still doing it because I don't know why. I'd have to ask him, but he was doing it, and I draw a lot of inspiration from that. There was this choir teacher I had seen when I went to choir, and I was in probably the alto section. Okay, I don't like to categorize myself under any particular singing range, so I was singing with the altos, but I was in the soprano section, and our choir teacher, what he said to us is that if you sing good, sing loud, and if you sing bad, sing louder. And I will never forget that. He is not here with us anymore. But I like to remember that to help me sing better, as well as kind of like say I care about the fact that you said that, even if you're not physically here to remind me. I care about it. And you know, like he had his own family, and they had a dramatic time after that, and I don't know how things went. It's a very touchy subject. I was not around them to find out how anyone dealt with that. I just know that he lives, and he said that. So yeah. Yeah, I could talk all day about the people in choir. They are hilarious. But yeah. anyway, thank you for listening to me talking, and I'm gonna try to fix my whiny tone, honestly. But thank you anyway.